Good morning, I'm Kristen Chapman. It's 7 a.m. on Sunday, September 15th. Thanks for waking up with us. We do have plenty of stories to get to before you walk out the door, but first, we're taking a live look right now in West Palm Beach. I mean, what a gorgeous start to the day. It's a great time to get outside. So let's get right over to Lauren Oleski with what to expect today.
Oh yeah, really nice start to the morning, Kristen. Sun slowly moving closer to the horizon. Sunrise is in about 4 minutes from now. Here's a live look at Storm Track radar. Hey, we are dry. We are in great shape. Still tracking Humberto, though, off towards our east. We could still see a few showers later today, but it's not going to be like yesterday. The activity we see throughout your Sunday would be more of an afternoon type of shower or thunderstorm instead of just on and off rain constantly moving onshore through the day. Storm right now is moving northwest at 7 miles per hour. It's picked up a little speed overnight. It's also strengthened a touch. Winds now up to 60 miles an hour. They were at 50 yesterday evening. And then we're going to see it make that sharp right curve over the next 36 hours or so. It actually could become a Category 1 hurricane maybe by tomorrow morning or into your Monday afternoon. But again, it's going to stay off towards the east. It is a storm for the fish. It's not going to be directly impacting us. We're seeing some of the outer effects from it. I do also want to show you that all the watches and warnings that were issued for the Bahamas have now been lifted. Still a little breezy for them, but since the storm is now much further north and further away, they're now able to deal with calmer conditions, allowing the cleanup effort there to continue and not be interrupted by more unfortunate wind and rain. Temperatures this morning are in the mid to upper 70s, 75 in Wellington, 78 degrees in Delray Beach. Okeechobee, you're at 73, it's 77 in Vero. Belglade, Wellington, good morning at 75. Another live look for you in Boca Raton. A really, really nice start. Really calm in Lake Boca right now. A little rough out at the beaches at times throughout the day today, but we'll talk more about that a little bit later. Kristen?
Lauren, thank you. Right now, a man is behind bars after deputies say a person found a woman's body on a Martin County beach Saturday morning. CBS 12's Madeline Montgomery is live from there with what police say led up to the murder. Madeline?
Detectives say that a 23-year-old woman was found strangled and hit by a car here at Sea Turtle Beach in the parking lot. They say that happened yesterday morning, that she was found. And the Martin County Sheriff's Office says that a Diana Ortiz was in Oscar Gill's car here in Jensen Beach. Detectives say the two got out of the car, and that's when Gill strangled Ortiz. He then hit her with his car. Gill was later involved in a crash in Stewart. Police say he attempted to run away, but another agency, the Stewart Police Department, caught him. He was arrested after being released from the hospital. Gill is currently in the Martin County Jail. He's being held with first-degree murder charges. For now, live in Jensen Beach, Madeline Montgomery, CBS 12 News.
Madeline, thank you. Another storm pounding the Bahamas. Tropical storm Humberto stalled near the Abaco Islands yesterday, lashing the already devastated region with more rain and strong winds. At the same time, the U.S. is using a new partnership to get supplies to Bahamians. So for the first time, U.S. aid coordinated with UPS to deliver enough basic necessities for 10,000 people in Nassau. That includes safe drinking water. And CBS 12 is also partnering with relief organizations to send supplies to the Bahamas as well. It's called Operation Bahamas Relief Effort. So we're collecting donations at the port of the Palm Beach in Riviera Beach. You can drop them off at bay number 7. The warehouse is open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 3. Some of the items desperately needed, well, those include canned goods, building supplies like saws, plywood, and sheetrock, as well as hygiene products. They need mosquito repellent and blankets and many more things. So for all those details, log on to cbs12.com. Now to an update on a story we brought yesterday on CBS 12 News this morning. A Bahamian family of 7 forced into a local hotel after escaping Hurricane Dorian. Well, now they have a new home. After a story that aired only on CBS 12 News, the locally run Hurricane Community Facebook page initially found donors to pay for the family to stay 4 nights in a Boynton Beach hotel. But it gets even better. A host family agreed to support them after their hotel stay. So far, the Facebook page has helped dozens of Bahamian families find homes in Palm Beach County. To see the full story, go to our website, cbs12.com. Now let's get a quick check of the weather with CBS 12 meteorologist Lauren Oleski. How's it looking, Lauren?
Not too bad out there for us this morning. Kristen, we are waking up to some pretty clear conditions out there right now. Our camera went down, but I promise we'll get a live look outside shortly. Here's a look for you right now at radar. We are dry. Notice some showers off the coast moving off towards the southeast. That's all spinning around Umberto, which is off towards our east right now. We don't have any tropical related watches or warnings in effect. We had a high surf advisory issued through the day yesterday. That has expired. We're still going to be a little breezy at times, but our rain pattern shifts a little bit today. Instead of seeing a strong east wind with constant little showers moving on shore, today we're starting off the morning quite dry. And then into the afternoon, we're going to see the typical little shower or thunderstorm passing by. Here's 3:45 later today, so a little shower moving through the Treasure Coast at that time, maybe closer to 5 or 6. We see rain down in southern Palm Beach County. But overall, all of the activity will be quite scattered. One or two little heavy downpours and little isolated rumble of thunder is certainly possible today as well. There is more going on in the tropics, though. We have a couple other waves that I'm keeping an eye on. We'll take a closer look at the tropical map in my next update. Kristen?
Lauren, thank you. Right now, Palm Beach County deputies need your help identifying remains found years ago. Officials say they found the remains in 2013 near 10th Avenue and Florida Mango Road in Lake Worth Beach. Now, that's also near a homeless camp. So take a look. This is a reconstruction of what deputies believe she looked like. If you have any information, please contact police at the number on your screen. And take a look at this new video of a gas leak near Lake Worth Beach yesterday. You can see fire crews burning off the product from the leaking propane tank. So this happened inside the Smith Farm development off of High Biloxo Road right near the turnpike. Scary. Then in Indian River County, deputies chased down a man they say stole a truck from a local furniture store. They arrested him shortly after and found he's also wanted out of North Carolina. The agency later posted this on Facebook, saying the man should have done something better with his weekend, like a bowling, maybe. And if you're looking for something to do with the entire family today, Monkey Joe's is celebrating its own birthday with discounted admission for all guests. So there will be birthday cake bounce houses and even a few surprises. There's one location in our area on Lantana Road in Lake Worth Beach. Coming up, helping the planet one flight at a time. The one simple thing an airline is now suggesting passengers bring with them to save the environment. Plus, raising a red flag for a popular antacid medication. The warning from the FDA about Zantac. For waking up with us. It's 7:11 on September 15th. You are taking a live look at downtown West Palm Beach. The sun is just starting to peek over the clouds right now, and we are off to a really beautiful start. If you want to get out and about, now is a great time to do so. If you're heading to the beach, we might see some rain later this afternoon, and there is a very high rip current risk, so stay out of the water if you're not a strong swimmer. Now in your consumer news, companies are already starting to hire seasonal workers. Now this past week, Target announced it will start hosting hiring events at every store. Kohl's and Amazon are two other retailers hiring already as well. Even UPS announced it's also hiring seasonal delivery drivers. It expects a record peak season. And this is some bad news if you use the discounted movie subscription service known as MoviePass. It actually shut down yesterday with very little notice. It says it wasn't able to get any investors. The service allowed subscribers to buy up to 3 movie tickets per month for just a small fee. It will refund people for the unused service period they already paid for. And in our entertainment news today, Adele is officially calling it quits on her marriage. The 31-year-old Grammy Award-winning singer has filed for divorce from her husband, 45-year-old Simon Konecki, after 7 years together. The pair separated back in April. Now, following the news, she did release a statement saying they are committed to raising their 6-year-old son together lovingly. And yes, we want to say a happy birthday to Prince Harry. The British royal turns 35 today. This is also his first birthday as a dad to his little son Archie, who was born in May. In our health headlines now, this is pretty concerning. It turns out the FDA says your heartburn and antacid medication, well, it might cause cancer. The FDA announced the drug Zantac may have traces of a substance known as NDMA, which is known to cause cancer. The FDA isn't calling for a recall just yet. They do recommend switching to another over-the-counter drug instead. And this morning, an airline is encouraging everyone to save the planet while flying commercial. Its suggestion, simply pack one extra item, an empty water bottle. Gabe Cohen from our station in Seattle explains the big impact it can make.
Those are Alaska Airlines reps handing out free white water bottles as part of an effort to go green.
Change takes time, but we don't have to wait to take action.
It's a new campaign called Fill Before You Fly. The airline asking flyers to bring an empty bottle to SeaTac and fill up at one of 13 hydration stations at the airport.
I suspect some of you do this already. But what if we grew the crowd?
The airline estimates if just 10% of their passengers bring a bottle, it'll save more than 4 million plastic cups and 700,000 plastic bottles each year. And to entice travelers, they plan to plant 5,000 trees, plus an extra for each person who posts on social media with the hashtag #FillBeforeYouFly.
Being travelers, a lot of the waste through plastic cups is astounding.
I do think it'll help with the environment. Anything that eliminates some of the plastic waste that's ending up in our oceans is a good thing.
The aviation industry has a huge environmental impact, accounting for 11% of all transportation emissions in the U.S. Alaska Airlines says they've made an effort to be environmentally conscious. They banned straws just last year, and this year flight attendants have recycled 1,900 tons of cans, cups, and other materials.
And I'm going to just demonstrate how easy it is to use, okay?
Now the airline and their partners hope this eager effort,
Good, clean Northwest water,
takes off. At SeaTac Airport, Gabe Cohen.
Such a simple idea, and
Yes.
I mean, I do it every time, honestly.
Same. I always have a water bottle with me. So for those watching, you can bring an empty water bottle through security.
so easy.
As long as there's not any water in it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
and there's
great.
stations you can fill up at pretty much every single airport.
Yeah, I love that idea. Really great for the environment for sure. We had a nice day out there this morning.
Good thing.
Speaking of nice, or if you are, taking to the skies out there, no weather-related delays that I'm seeing, at least locally right now. Really, you have a nice day outside. It's a really pretty Sunday, and it's a nice way to end your weekend. Here's a live look for you right now from our Kravis cam. We have a couple clouds out there, but overall, we're off to a pretty nice start. There's showers well off the coast. That's all from Umberto. That's currently sitting off towards our east. No direct impacts here. In fact, our weather's now improving because the storm is gradually starting to move away. Now, the Atlantic, a little active right now. It's starting to kind of wake up, but really, we've had a circle somewhere on this map every day since Dorian, and that's very normal. The peak of the hurricane season is September 10th, and it's not totally unusual for the ocean to kind of just turn on. And within a day, we had multiple areas that were circled. So I'm always watching the tropics for you. I don't see anything that's going to be threatening us, at least for a week right now. So we're in pretty good shape. There's Umberto. We'll look at that in a second. We've got this other wave off the coast of Africa. This does have a good chance of development. It has 60% chance through the next 5 days. I'm not really concerned with it right now. It is likely going to continue to move west, but potentially head out to sea. We'll watch it. Still really early, but right now I'm not really concerned with it. And then there's a little area we have in the Gulf right now that's likely going to head off towards the west, though. It only has a 20% chance of development. It's not going to be impacting us in any way. So there's the middle of Umberto. It's a very lopsided storm. A lot of the moisture content is on the north and east end of it, and it's not super organized, but it does have some gusty winds at 60 miles per hour right now. It did strengthen a touch overnight. It's probably going to continue strengthening also as it makes its way off towards the north, and then it makes that very sharp turn through to the east sometime during the day tomorrow, and then that's when it could maybe become a Category 1 hurricane. Now, it's going to still stay out to sea. It is likely a storm for the fish, but it did create some rough conditions out at our beaches yesterday, and again, today, the conditions out at the water will be improving. Boca feels like 83 degrees right now. That's pretty hot, and it's only 7:15 in the morning. Feels like 78 in Stewart and in Vero Beach right now. Let's look at the water vapor loop. See this pink blob? That's Umberto. That's the moisture content associated with that tropical storm. All of this deep red we have in place will be in place through today and as we head into tomorrow. That's paused for you at 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. But throughout your Monday and really into Tuesday, drier air will start to filter in, which means our rain chances go down a little bit. We'll still probably see a couple of showers. It is still rainy season. We still live next to a large body of water. However, the rain we've been seeing for the past couple of days, those really fast moving on and off showers, will stop today, and then rain chances gradually drop through the week. Here's a look at 7:45 tonight. Couple showers out there still lingering. We have a west wind at times, sometimes even coming in out of the northwest. That is going to allow some showers to develop inland and then push east towards the coast through the afternoon. Because of the rough surf, we do have small craft advisories in effect for the Treasure Coast today. That actually extends all the way up towards North Florida and into southeastern Georgia. Here's your 7-day forecast. Right near 90 for the next few days. Really, really hot. A couple isolated showers and storms possible tomorrow as well. But you'll notice heading into Tuesday and Wednesday, much drier air does move in, so rain chances do go down for us. Kristen?
Lauren, thank you. And you can track weather anytime you want with our CBS 12 News Weather app. Just click WPEC in your app store. It's free. Coming up in sports, Florida Atlantic is on the road. They're looking to bounce back from their 0-2 start. Can Lane Kiffin and the Owls get their first win of the season on the road? Plus, a local soccer program won Club of the Year. How the organization celebrated their youth soccer players today. Anna Logan has that and more coming up next.
Hubbard Radio Stations, proud sponsors of the CBS 12 News Network, the one to turn to. South Florida Honda Sports Report.
Florida Atlantic hit the road yesterday looking for their first win of the season, hoping to bounce back from their 0-2 start. Lane Kiffin and the Owls taking on Ball State, looking to prove to fans and themselves that they can compete. Tied at 7 in the first. Ball State takes the lead here as Johannes Tyler goes up and gets it for the touchdown. Ball State up 14-7. Second quarter, FAU quarterback Chris Robinson has time and lets one fly to John Mitchell for the 33-yarder as the Owls tie the game at 14. End of the second now. Robinson on the run, has time here, and throws a dart to Mitchell to put FAU in the lead. Mitchell finishing with 3 touchdowns on the day. Robinson netting 366 yards and 4 TDs as FAU survives 2 first-half ties, going on to defeat Ball State 41-31, notching their first win of this season. Well, let's ride on over to this next game. Florida State taking on number 25 Virginia. Cavaliers quarterback Bryce Perkins tripped up, rolls left, and is picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. Seminoles unable to convert it into points, though, but they do here. Former Glade Central star right there, James Blackman, gets it to Gabe Nabbers. FSU goes up 7-3. But Virginia scored 21 points in the fourth to claw their way back into the game, defeating FSU 31-24. Florida taking on Kentucky here, scoreless in the first until Gators QB Felipe Franks finds a wide open Freddie Swain for the 15-yard touchdown pass. Gators take an early 7-0 lead, but tragedy struck here. Kentucky up 11 in the third. Franks keeps it, but is bent over backwards. He'd get carted off the field with a leg injury. So right here, junior Kyle Trask takes over and scores to put the Gators up by 1. And then with 45 seconds left, this happens. Josh Hammond takes it 76 yards as Florida defeats Kentucky 29-21. Gators now 3-0 to start the season. Well, out of dozens of youth soccer organizations in the Sunshine State, one local program was named Club of the Year. The Palm Beach Gardens Predators were recently named the Florida Youth Soccer Association Club of the Year and celebrated with an all-out party on Saturday at the Gardens District Park, a park that was recently established for hundreds of kids in the community. But the celebration was not only for the soccer club, but also a great way to enjoy opening day as nearly 1,100 youth soccer players competed on the new fields. Winning the Club of the Year was a bonus, no doubt, but seeing these young athletes happy was what it was all about.
It brings a lot of joy. Just seeing kids having fun through soccer, it's great. It makes me do what we've done. I've been doing this for over 10 years, and that's the real fun part. It's just watching these kids grow and have fun year over year and coming back.
As a kid, played a lot of youth athletics, and I just think it does so much for teaches so many lessons to kids. Teamwork, getting over adversity, getting through, how to be a team player, all that. And I just think it keeps kids busy and puts them in the right track.
The Palm Beach Gardens Predators have over 1,100 kids in the club. Well, that's it for morning sports. Have a great day, everyone.
Coming up, more help for the Bahamas. How a South Florida RV dealership is using its resources and a celebrity to provide places for Bahamians to live. Plus, a threat on social media against a Parkland high school lands a student in jail. The song he used on a popular app that has a 16-year-old facing felony charges. 12 News this morning, finding a normal life after Dorian. The famous athlete now lending a hand to those with nothing left. 12 cases of a deadly cancer diagnosed in one Treasure Coast neighborhood. Ahead, the fight for answers and how local officials are now stepping in to help. And let's take a look at the temperatures in our area. And once again, this is Boca Raton, not temperatures, but it is nice out there. So we'll check in with CBS 12 meteorologist Lauren Oleski with a look at your weekend weather. CBS 12 News this morning starts now.
You're watching CBS 12 News This Morning, the one to turn to.
Good Sunday morning. I'm Kristen Chapman. It is 7:30 a.m. on September 15th. Thank you for waking up with us. We do have plenty of stories to get to before you walk out the door. But first, look at how beautiful it is outside. This is downtown West Palm Beach. Those clouds, I mean, they're not bringing us any rain right now. So let's get right over to Lauren Oleski with what to expect today.
Yeah, nice dry start out there. And those clouds always make for a pretty start to our morning. Doesn't look too bad out there. Having the clouds brings more color to the sky for the sunrise. Looking at storm track radar as we're waking up. Again, no rain out there. We've been in a pattern with onshore flow, really strong east winds, but they're a little calmer and they will continue to calm down through the day. So we'll deal with a west wind, and that's going to then bring some showers and storms to the area, starting near Lake O, or really starting towards the northwest in western Indian River and Okeechobee counties, and then all moving southeast through the day. Temperatures right now are in the 70s. We're 75 in Wellington. Jupiter, West Palm Beach, you're at 77. 79 down in Boca this morning. Port St. Lucie, Stewart, good morning. It's 77 degrees. 76 right now in Fort Pierce. We're going to warm quickly, though, through the day. Mid-80s, just around 9 o'clock. Partly cloudy to mostly clear skies through the day. And then a few little showers will start moving through later on in the afternoon. Here's a live look for you right now in Boca. Really calm out there on the water, but we do have small craft advisories and some rougher beach conditions for the Treasure Coast today. We'll take a closer look at that in my next update. Kristen.
Thank you. Well, just 2 weeks ago, Hurricane Dorian ripped through the Bahamas. Hundreds of homes were destroyed, leaving many with nothing. Now a South Florida woman and a well-known athlete are teaming up to make a difference.
When I saw that thing just sitting there, that's what started breaking my heart.
When Gigi Stetler, CEO and founder of RV Sales of Broward, saw Hurricane Dorian battering the Bahamas, for her, a light bulb went off.
It's what I do. It's what I do.
She wanted to help the only way she knows how, giving all she's got. From Andrew to Irma, she's been there. The worst of it when she responded to the aftermath of Katrina in Mississippi. For decades, Stetler donating her own RVs for use in post-hurricane relief.
The smell of death, I never got it out of my nose. It still haunts me. So I can only imagine right now what those people are going through, and then trying to find your family.
Now the idea to load up 10 of her fully equipped homes with supplies and ship them off to the Bahamas and leave them there. Stetler working first for what she believes is the most basic need.
A roof over their head.
On her team,
we're going to put supplies in here. We want people to bring supplies and help out as much as they can. And then the RVs are going to be shipped over, and then they're going to have RVs and supplies.
NFL great Dan Marino. The pairing with a famous face to get the word out. Marino making ultimate pitch to fill RVs.
We're very lucky, and it could have been us just the same way what happened to the Bahamas. So I think we all ought to just do what we can to help out.
They're asking people to show up to this Davy business with supplies from water and linens to pots and pans and everything in between. The 10 homes for displaced Bahamians to live in will include potable water tanks and black tanks to dispose of waste. All of it, Stetler admits, at great personal expense. But she believes in paying it forward.
It seems at my lowest point of my financial status seems to be when there's the most need out there. And my bank account's not looking so great right now, but I still have to do it.
Isn't she sweet? We're also happy to tell you guys they hope to have 10 homes filled and ready to go to ship off to the Bahamas by as early as next week. CBS 12 is also doing our part. We're partnering with relief organizations to send supplies to the Bahamas. It's called Operation Bahamas Relief Effort. Now we're collecting donations at the Port of the Palm Beach and Riviera Beach. You can drop off any donations at Bay number 7. The warehouse is open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Some of the items desperately needed, well, those include canned goods, building supplies like saws, plywood, and sheetrock, as well as hygiene products, mosquito repellent, and blankets. For all of those details, you can go to CBS12.com. Right now, we continue to follow the rare incurable cancer that popped up in a Treasure Coast neighborhood. 12 cases within 7 miles of each other. One of those 12 now in hospice care. CBS 12's Chuck Weber met with the family of Mark Cunningham and shows us how the community is now supporting them.
Mark Cunningham has surpassed expectations since his diagnosis with incurable brain cancer, but now he's receiving hospice care, and today local leaders offered their support.
You continue to fight, and then when they tell you to stop, it's brutal. It's really hard.
Stephanie and Keel Cunningham with husband Mark at their Port St. Lucie home. 3 years ago, Mark was diagnosed with the rare, aggressive, and incurable brain cancer glioblastoma. He's lived nearly 2 years longer than the norm for glioblastoma patients. Mark and Stephanie, who's a nurse, learned of what seemed like too many similar cases for a county the size of St. Lucie. 3 of the glioblastoma patients grew up in Mark's childhood neighborhood.
If it's 3 out of 100,000, there shouldn't be 3 on the same street. I know there's something going on here, and I'm not going to let this go. This has been going on for way too long.
The Cunninghams launched a support group for patients and their families and eventually formed a foundation with a website where people can self-report all cancers.
Out of the original group, Mark is the last one, but we will be going through what other families have gone through already.
Let me give you another card.
Earlier in the day, Congressman Brian Mast and Sheriff Ken Mascara visited Mark at the hospice facility in Fort Pierce. Also on hand, glioblastoma support group members, even those whose loved ones have passed.
Obviously, we're severely saddened. It's going to be a change for my family, for my daughter, for my son. But I am grateful for the support.
Ann Keel Cunningham there says she's in debt from years of fighting Mark's cancer. She has a GoFundMe page, which now will be used to help pay for anticipated funeral expenses. We'll have the links to the GoFundMe page and the Brain Cancer Foundation's website. In St. Lucie County, Chuck Weber, CBS 12 News.
Well, right now, a threat to several schools landed one South Florida teen in jail and now facing a felony. It all started with a music video posted on social media. Now, as the song plays, students are seen on the social media site TikTok using their hands to blast away at rival schools. When the gunshot sound effect comes on the track, the school's name disappears from the screen. One of the schools threatened, Marjory Stoneman Douglas. That's, of course, where 17 students were gunned down just a year ago. Police arrested 16-year-old Austin Valdez for those threats. His father horrified by his actions.
Horrible, horrible representation of himself, his family, his community, his friends. Now he'll be identified as a person that made a 10-second video with horrible ramifications.
Valdez has been suspended from Columbus High School. He faces a judge in 2 weeks. There's a lot of monkey business happening in this neighborhood. Why neighbors say a woman's emotional support animals are actually dangerous. Plus, Backstreet's Giving Back, the special performance they gave a deserving group of fans.
And we've got a pretty nice morning out there. Live look in Boca, quite calm. Could see a couple little showers later today. We'll take a closer look at that hour by hour coming up.
Morning, everyone. It is 7:40. I hope you have your cup of coffee in hand because we are off to a really beautiful start to the day. It's already pretty warm and humid, but you'll notice that it's not raining. So if you're heading outside, now is a great time to do so. We may see some showers later this afternoon, but for now, I mean, we're smooth sailing. Right now, one Missouri woman is afraid to lose the emotional support animals that she says help her mental well-being. Her neighbors don't see it that way, though. Instead, they're worried about their own safety. Texanne McBride-Tian lives with her monkeys. All of them are registered as emotional support animals to help her with PTSD. Neighbors, though, are so upset about the monkeys, worried they might attack, they brought it up at this week's city council meeting. The city deems primates dangerous and cited Tian for having them. She's not giving up, though.
They are not dangerous animals. They are trained. They assist me. I have PTSD because of something that happened to me, a very bad thing that happened to me a long time ago.
TN has a court hearing in November where a judge will decide what will happen to those monkeys. We'll keep you posted. The Backstreet Boys giving back to some of their biggest fans. Now, it all started with a video by the education program Down Syndrome Louisville. Members lip-synced to the Backstreet Boys song, I Want It That Way. It was posted on social media and got the band's attention, so they decided to host a meet and greet for the group before their concert in Louisville. How sweet is that? And hey, it seems like we have an interstellar visitor among us right now. Scientists at NASA believe a newly discovered comet came from outside our solar system. So if that turns out to be true, it would be only the second object like that ever found. The mysterious visitor is bound for the sun, but it will stay farther than the orbit of Mars. So yeah, there's no risk to us here. Eventually, scientists say it will end up back outside of our solar system. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
Are you interested in the atmosphere and outer space since you're so focused on, weather and...
Yeah, that was my first major in college, was aerospace engineering, and with, I wanted to do something with planes or NASA or science, and then I discovered that I can just talk about the atmosphere instead of just studying it for a living. Right. And so I changed routes, and now everyone just has to listen to me talk about weird geeky things like the weather.
I'll gladly listen to you, Lauren.
Right? It's fun. This is a cool job. Okay, so we have a really, really pretty sunrise.